Hey guys, how you doing? Now I don't want to be negative, but I'm a positive guy. I mean, I'm positive. I'm not worried about it, but maybe some people might be worried about it. All right, now I'm gonna start with something. All right, I'm gonna start with New York City. All right, um, about 10 years ago, I saw on the Discovery Channel an episode where an engineer and a cameraman and a a reporter and someone doing an interview went down about 10, 15 stories, 20 stories below the subway system itself that you see when you take the subway. When you get on the subway itself, literally there are levels of subway cars going back and forth. And below those levels of subway cars, there are levels and tons of levels deep down in the bedrock. You see how they built that city was they blasted away the bedrock with dynamite. That is the foundation for that entire city. It sits on an island of bedrock. It is in the ocean, basically. So they dug down below the ocean. So in other words, the subway is basically below sea level, most of it, the subway system. The entire system. You see, you think it's just a couple levels, a few levels down, 4 or 5, whatever. I forget, I've been in New York City, but I forget how many levels it goes down. It goes down a few levels, and those are some deep stories. First of all, that's not an 8-foot ceiling. That's, I don't know what it is, 16 feet maybe? And it's cast iron girders go right through the floor. There are solid cast iron girders going all through there, and that's what supports the subway system that you see. And that also supports all the buildings above it because that is a hollow in the ground. Below your entire subway system, which is underneath all of Manhattan, because that's what gets you around, Susan. When they built Manhattan, when they did that, they probably didn't know what they were doing. Because most likely, most cities around the world didn't do that again. I don't know many cities that have a subway system. And even in some of the Asian cities that have built up recently, these with tall buildings, huge cities, they have trains and stuff, but they go on top of the earth, on top. That's what it should be. Um, Now, below the subway system that you see, the part that every average civilian sees walking around there, even police officers, most people in that city haven't been below there, wouldn't want to. Now, an engineer went down there and way below, and it goes so deep because there has to be a huge support system for that subway system. Well, the cast iron girders that hold all your entire Manhattan up, hold the Empire State City up, or the Empire State, whatever, and that Empire City supports the entire state. That city, well, below it, all those cast iron girders in Manhattan, down below your subway system, you Manhattaners, well, all that cast iron is cracking faster than they can fix it. And fixing it, well, I'll tell you what, when they were planning New York City, when they were doing the planning for building that, it was a very good idea, I guess. Back in the day, that was a tough thing to do. However, they didn't plan on the maintenance part of it, you see. And all those buildings on top of that city are very heavy. The George Washington Bridge is not doing well. If you go through the lower level, if you look up or down, all around, it is falling apart. That is quite obvious. Well, they can't keep up with that, and it'll cost too much goddamn money in the end to do everything they need to do. And you had that water damage you had during Hurricane Sandy. Well, hell. Now I'm going to tell you something else. You may not like. Okay, city people. I don't know. It's just a matter of time before that entire city starts dropping out from under itself. All right, and you can just blame your own leaders not letting you know. I'm sure some of them know. That engineer knew, but he can't tell anyone, right? So I'm sure that there are other upper officials or higher officials that higher ups that know all about that don't want it to be told about because they don't want to scare anyone out of it, do they? Not too early, at least. I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to warn you in time, or they're just going to warn you at all and get out themselves and not tell us all. I don't know. Well, I'm letting you know. So, anyway. And you can believe me or not, you can look into that. You can research that all you want. I don't think you'll find much on it. But I saw that Discovery Channel show, and I'm just letting you know what I saw on TV. And it was on the cable. You know, it was on cable. It wasn't on the YouTube. It was Discovery Channel. Maybe you can look it up. You can YouTube it. It might be there. Look up New York City subway system and maintenance subway system. New York City subway system maintenance. Oh, something like that. YouTube. Yeah, that was Discovery Channel, YouTube, maintenance. Or no, Discovery Channel, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm better than I am. I'm not a words kind of person. But anyway, I'm trying to do these videos, but they're very difficult. So, for me at least, I think mostly numbers. I like numbers in my mathematics. I got a mathematical mind anyway. So, now, I'm going to go on and tell you something else. Global warming is inevitable. The polar ice caps are going to melt completely. Oceans are going to rise, that's for sure. That's at least one of the things that are going to happen. And with all that moisture, I'm sure a lot of it's going to rise in the air because it's evaporating too. So, you know, all these hurricanes and everything, all this shit, well, you know, when you have an ocean that's cooling down and the air is very warm, see, the ocean will cool down if you add ice to it. If ice falls and melts and goes off in the ocean, it will slowly cool down the ocean a little bit, won't it? The Earth, by the way, hasn't now about Earth. I'm going to get back. I'm going to get into the environment a little bit now. And you know, like Hurricane Sandy did a lot of damage to New York City and did a lot of damage to the Tri-State area. I mean, really did, and that was something that we felt both economically and you know was dangerous for our health, definitely. But it was an economic problem for New York City all around. It caused all kinds of problems. And that's what it's like if trucks can't get into a city. You'll have escape from New York City and every other goddamn city in this country. Because without trucks getting in there, you don't have anything. You're starving. If you have no food for 7 days, you're dead. The average human, most humans can survive 3 days without water, 7 days without food, if you've got plenty of water. Believe me, after like 3 days, you're going to feel like shit. You're not going to be able to do much. You feel pretty weak. And by the 7th day, you're goner, basically. At the end of the 7th day, you're a goner, basically. Most people are. I do. But, you know, if trucks stop coming for 5 days, most cities, well, they don't grow their own vegetables, do they? For themselves. They don't do anything for themselves. They're all about money. Oh, they got money in New York City. Money's there. Oh, everyone's making money. I guess, but anyway, money doesn't mean nothing when you got nothing to buy with it, right? We all learned that during Hurricane Sandy. You have all the money in the world, but if there's nothing to shop for, nothing to buy, you can't buy shit. You can't get food. Even you can't get gas. You can't get the basics of life. All the money in the world doesn't mean a thing to you, does it? Sure, you can go out and get a cashmere sweater because you know the shops weren't closed. Well, hell, you people don't do shit yourselves in the cities. Gotta be a little country, little city in this world. You can't be one or the other. See, I'm a little country, a little city. But call me country. I'm a little old school, a little new school. That's the way you gotta be in this world. The harder you push, the rubber I get. And I quote, forget the name of the group, whatever. Anyway. Now, next thing I want to talk about. You know what's going on in politics today. A lot of what makes this world what it is today, and part of the problem is the East met the West a long time ago economically. Take the internet for that to happen. We've had barges going around the world for a long time now. We've been polluting the earth for a long, long time now. Maybe 150, 250 years, maybe 200 years since oil came around. The very beginning of oil, and before that, even we've been polluting the earth. I mean, really, it's not hard to do. Anyway, but for the sake of money, you see, East met West with money, but then again, East met West with pollution too. China and America have done more business around this world than any two countries in the world. Okay? We have a business partnership. So, what the hell? China's created more pollution, and we've been the root cause of that because we have bought more shit from China than any other fucking country in the world. So, what the hell? And it's all crap, too. It really is. It's a bunch of crap. It sits in your house, most of it. Like I say, I got a room full of stuff. One bedroom full of stuff. And I sleep in that room. I eat in that room. I really just need a small kitchen, a small fire to cook my food, a sink to wash my dishes in, and a pot to piss in. And I'm good to go. Simple like that. And I got a dog. That's it. So anyway, it's kind of like, it's a catch-20. It's kind of like, there's a good side and a bad side. I got no family of my own. But the good side is that I haven't done much in order to. I haven't lived the life of the picket fence family. I ain't. What's his name? Leave it to Beaver. I ain't playing that. I ain't trying to live that life. The Leave it to Beaver life. And unfortunately, everybody tries to do that. If there were more people like me, this world might be a better place. I want more people that have kids. Just for the sake of having kids. I mean, one or two maybe, but damn, after that, how many kids you gotta have to make you feel like you got your kingdom? I don't know what that's all about in this day and age at all. With modern contraception, I mean, the woman can take a pill once a day. Man can put on this, that, or that. Many ways of doing these days. I don't know. Anyway, and the man could have a little control too. Oh, just a touch, maybe. Just a touch would help. Some men do, but I don't think a lot of men do. I don't know. I've never been with men, but according to a lot of women I'm with, they're like, 2 minutes, man, whatever, you give a shit. Anyway, whatever. Now I'm gonna let you know another thing. The Europeans that came over here. The alcohol in this country, it's got to go. It's mostly a European thing. Wine in Southern Europe, beer and ales all in England, Scotland, Ireland, the middle of Europe. When you get to Northern European countries, it gets into a lot of the hard liquor. I don't know what it has to do with, but it's what it is. Anyway, but if you're gonna be a bunch of drinkers and you have babies and be drunk when you have them, or have alcohol in your system when you have them, guess what? You're gonna have an alcoholic for a son or a daughter. That embryo is one drop of alcohol. That embryo, not even. There's a molecule of alcohol in that embryo, mixed with that embryo. That one cell being, when it's first conceived, is enough to make it drunk as fuck. It's hooked for life, and it's got a recessive gene for alcoholism. Recessive, I say, because it might not be it might not drink, or the kid might not drink when it becomes an adult. Then again, they'll have all the traits of an alcoholic. They'll have an anger management problem, probably. It might really drinking is probably what the kid should do. Europeans give their kid drinks all the time. They don't care. Drink, drink. No, a guy in Greenwich, Frank Muro, at 18 Harold Avenue. He has two houses, a white one and a brick one. 18, I forget which one it is, but one's brick, one's right on the top of Harold Avenue in Greenwich, Connecticut. He was making wine in his basement when I was a kid, right in my basement. We were renting from him. I guess he wanted to hide it, make it like we were doing it if he got caught. I don't know. He didn't do it in his own basement. Anyway. Making wine, right, Frank? Still doing it? I don't know. That's distilling alcohol in your own place. It's not easy shit. Anyway, Frank, I got a phone. I could call it into the right agency. See that one, Frank? See that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Anyway. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. That's up to you, Frank. Anyway. What can you do for me? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I like you, Frank. That's what I told the whole world. That's what I told everybody as well watching the video, maybe. Anyway, next I wanted to say something else about politics. Our politicians, words have really made this whole world complicated, haven't they? The internet. or the internet, politicians. I mean, maybe it's the internet. I don't know, but everyone's texting and emailing and doing all that more than they're talking, more than they're doing. All this talk, really, in this world, all this texting, all this emailing, all this, it's all just talk, reading, writing, listening to the TV, words coming at us constantly. All these words, really, there are just too many of them around this world. I don't care if it's just one language only, it's just way too many of them. And this is way too creative for me because, words are creative. Think about it. It's very creative. That you can say penis or dick or cock or whatever, and it all means the same thing. It means one thing. But then cock can mean chicken. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Cock, a rooster, or whatever. I mean, you got a thing like cookie. Cookie means the cookie's in milk. The cookie could be the cookie on the cookie screen. On your screen right now. Cookie. What is a cookie? See, I still think cookies are milk. When you say cookies, I say got milk. Let me see if I can think of some more words like that. Let me see. There's the word cat and feline and cat, feline, alley cat, whatever. All the same thing. I mean, people make it so we make it so complicated for ourselves, don't we? And hard for ourselves with all these words. See, you can get creative with words, and that's the problem. Creative words like descriptive words, adjectives, you can get creative with what color something is or was, or you can lie with words. I mean, lying is being way creative with words. Words are most words are just bull in this world. If nobody realizes that, well, then you're a creative thinker. You like words. You read the paper every day. Just because you're reading the paper doesn't mean it's true. Just you heard it on TV doesn't mean it's true. In fact, if you heard it on TV, most likely it's not true at all. Being bullshitted right there. Who knows on TV? It really only is in person to person, eye to eye, speaking to them and them speaking back to you. That you can really figure out, you can really sense whether someone's lying or not. Over the TV, it'd be easy to lie. Over the phone, over the texting. When you get texting and emailing, oh God, the line becomes so easy. And over the internet, all those fucking words. Damn. Man. This world's gotten out of hand with the words. Look at our politicians today. All these words have gotten them in trouble. They're all in trouble now because they're all throwing words at each other. Trash talk. Well, it's not just, may not be just trash. It might be all real. It's the original words that got in trouble. All their false promises, all their shit they said. All the words in this world. Really. The man who speaks too much. The man who speaks, really. The man who speaks way too much knows nothing else. And I was going to run something by you people. It's very difficult. Most people don't like math. When I talk to people, and I do you like math? Do you like math? Yeah, oh God, no, I hated math. Well, and most people, and in math, I remember word problems. I was like in 6th grade. Word problems are the hardest thing for people. You know why? Because with all those words in there, it's goddamn complicated. It makes it so complicated, doesn't it, guys? But if you remove the words, and we all know this, if you remember, you remove all those descriptive words, all those adjectives, all those meaningless words. You see the numbers, the buts, the ifs, the is's, and the ands. And there you can solve a problem then easily. Basically, that's how you solve a word problem. And algebra 1, at least, I don't know algebra 2 and beyond, but algebra 1 teaches you to simplify your problems. And this world has gotten so complicated, and that's why it's so ugly. It's just an ugly world right now. Because complicated is ugly and simple is beautiful. And we all know that when we look at a piece of art. So just look at a piece of art. For now. Let me end this episode. This, whatever. This new playlist, starting with this video. Awesome. Now that's me. That is one good goddamn simple piece of art. Not complicated at all. Tell me you like it. You can't comment on that piece of art. Or at least the art. You don't have to comment on what I said, but I'd like to know if you can at least compliment me on this piece of, hard to get it all straightened out on the camera, but I think, there you go, got it. Now, that was for your eyes only, or for everyone's eyes only that watches this video. And now I'm going to tag it and bag it. That's a wrap.